My name is Wes Craiglow. I am the Public Information Officer for Team Rubicon. Thank you all for coming out tonight, this afternoon. I really appreciate it. We have some critical information that needs to get out to the public this evening. That has to do with how we're going to manage the volunteer traffic tomorrow and our work orders on the job sites throughout the weekend. First thing I want to do is express our warmest condolences, sympathies to everyone of Faulkner County. Although Team Rubicon is a national organization, I'll speak about in a moment, this is a personal disaster for me. Myself, as well as one or two other team members, are from this area, and we know some of the families that were affected. And so we're taking our role here very seriously, and I can't stress it enough. Our hearts are in this, and we're in it for the long haul. So all our best to you. So Team Rubicon, we are a veteran-led disaster response organization. There's 15,000 veterans currently, and we bring their skills and experiences to bear at disasters worldwide. We can do everything from search and rescue to emergency medical technician to incident command. Our mission here, as tasked by the Faulkner County Judge's Office and Faulkner County Office of Emergency Management, is volunteer management. What that means is that we're trying to coordinate and consolidate as much of the volunteer effort as we possibly can across all 24 miles of this tornado's debris path in Faulkner County. When we leave here, our anticipation is that all of the expedient home repair and debris segregation and consolidation will be done to FEMA standards and county standards. How we're going to do that is by setting up 3 volunteer resource centers. This is our headquarters and primary volunteer resource center on Elsinger Boulevard at the Home Depot in Conway. We will have 2 satellite volunteer resource centers, one in Mayflower at 57 Interstate Drive, and another at Beryl Baptist Church, just on the west side of Alonia. What people can expect when they report to those volunteer resource centers tomorrow is to register, to be assigned to a team, and to be dispatched for work for the day. Some of that work will be a little bit informal, depends on folks' ability. It may include traffic management or assisting us with our operations within our operations center, but the bulk of it is going to be for expedient home repair and debris removal on individual residential properties. It'll be assigned by work order. You'll have team leadership, and we will be able to provide you equipment until we run out of it, thanks to some of our sponsors and supporters that I'll mention in a moment. We want to make sure that everyone knows we have a hotline available. If you need assistance on a residential property, or if you simply want to volunteer, please contact us here at our Operations Center at 469-301-1865.
Can you say that one more time?
Yes, ma'am. Again, our assistance request and volunteer hotline is 469-301-1865. And that will ring right here in this tent behind me. We'll get you on the list and take further action as necessary following that. Tomorrow we are expecting an overwhelming number of volunteers coming from throughout the state and even states adjoining to support our efforts here in Faulkner County. When I say overwhelming, I mean deep into the thousands, some estimations touching close to 10,000. What that means is that it's going to be overwhelming to all agencies. That's nonprofit agencies, municipal and county agencies, as well as any state and higher level agencies. We ask everyone's patience throughout the course of this weekend with the surge of traffic. Please be patient with traffic, with vehicle traffic, with personnel traffic, and anyone's ability to dispatch your support on behalf of the work effort. It's also important to recognize that this effort's not going to end on Sunday afternoon. Team Rubicon will be on the ground as long as we're asked, and right now it's to the end of May. We anticipate easily weeks worth of cleanup out there. And so if you are flexible on your schedule and you want to avoid the mass surge and any delays that may be part of tomorrow's surge of volunteers, we encourage you to be flexible and bring your organizations or even yourself individually to this location at a later time, anytime throughout the middle of the week, and especially weekends in the future as we march forward through the month of May. It's going to be much more easy to manage that flow of traffic, and we'll have many more work orders available to keep you all busy. As far as what to expect on a Team Rubicon work order while you're on one of our residential work sites, safety. Safety is paramount in all things. We'll do all we can on our Team Rubicon-led teams to provide safety gear you need. That includes gloves, ear protection, and eye protection. As far as your own attire, we definitely encourage you to come prepared for rigorous labor. That includes boots and long pants, if at all possible, but definitely no shorts and flip-flops. We will not be allowing anyone dressed in shorts and flip-flops to go to work on a Team Rubicon work order. It's simply too dangerous with the type of debris that's out there for obvious reasons. Make a quick note about the weather. The highs throughout this weekend are going to be the highest we've seen yet in 2014. On Sunday, they're going to be approaching 90 degrees. We encourage you all to stay hydrated and bring sunscreen. We have limited quantities of both here on site, but there is plenty of water countywide, and we'll be shuttling water to each of our job sites as necessary. But if you can show up with sunscreen and water, or at least a water carrier like an Nalgene bottle or something, that would be a big help to us. Minors on a Team Rubicon work order will not be permitted unless they have their parent. I say again, anyone under the age of 18 will not be permitted on a Team Rubicon work order unless their parent is present and can sign a waiver of consent on their behalf. Any other minors that show up here, we can put them to work, but as I mentioned before, only in a supporting role at one of our operations center or other ancillary tasks. I would be remiss if I failed to mention our partners in this endeavor. Would not be possible without the direction and support of Faulkner County and the Faulkner County Office of Emergency Management, as well as the cities of Mayflower, Valonia, and Conway. I want to give direct acknowledgement to all the other non-governmental organizations and nonprofit organizations in Faulkner County today doing humbling, fantastic work on behalf of the residents of this area. Some, and I'm going to leave some off, so please forgive me, but some that we've been coordinating with and talking with on a regular basis. I would like to mention our Red Cross and Salvation Army, of course, Samaritan's Purse and Sheepdog Impact Assistance, Tyson Food, and the Walmart Foundation. The nonprofits that are coordinating with us directly as far as the Team Rubicon efforts go, we wouldn't be able to do this without them. Our single strongest partner in this effort is All Hands. They're a nonprofit organization that is going to help us with the management of these thousands of volunteers. They are staffed, they will be manning these volunteer resource centers, and we simply couldn't pull this off without their help. Arkansas Dream Center is probably the single largest source of organized volunteers in the central Arkansas area, and they're extremely experienced and competent at this sort of endeavor, and we're proud and pleased to partner with them throughout the entire month of May. DRAT, which is Disaster Relief and Disaster Training, is another strong partner of ours. And finally, the Information Technology Disaster Resource Center has brought their technology to bear here, providing us internet access and telephone capability and troubleshooting as long as we're on the ground. Sponsors, as you can see, we're at Home Depot. The Home Depot Foundation is a national sponsor of Team Rubicon. Couldn't do it without them. And of course, the Tool Bank. We've got an 18-wheeler full of hand and power tools over here that'll support each one of our teams in the field. So thank you to the Tool Bank. Finally, every organization I just mentioned almost exclusively is a nonprofit organization. The only way any of us operate is through your direct assistance. Please consider going online and researching more about any of these nonprofits and supporting them financially. Team Rubicon can be found at teamrubiconusa.org. At this time, I'm happy to take questions on behalf of the Team Rubicon effort.
Are these volunteers being shuttled from here or the other two locations to the job site, or will they need a convoy? How will that work?
Both. Based on the number of volunteers for this weekend, we expect to need both volunteer organizations to be able to individually support some of their transportation needs, and we'll identify those as they're registered and accounted for and on teams. and in other cases we'll be able to bus volunteers. Thanks to the Faulkner County Judge's Office, we've secured a number of buses that are going to be stationed at each of the volunteer resource centers throughout the weekend, and so those folks that need transportation will be able to support that in what capacity we have.
Cool. Do you need to bring any like gloves stuff, or I know you said that you would provide gloves. Is there anything else that you're bringing with me?
Yes, we would, especially if you're organized and have any experience, or you've been out here all week already, if you have work gloves, if you have basic hand tools, wheelbarrows, even your truck and trailer, it's kind of like the water and sunscreen. We encourage you to be as self-sufficient as possible, especially this weekend. Typically on a disaster relief, we can support hundreds of volunteers a day, no problem at all. Like I say, we're expecting well into the thousands, and we're not going to have gear for everyone. So if you're organized and experienced, we definitely encourage you. We limit that at chainsaws. We're going to have to use discretion with how we permit personal power tools like that on our work orders, and make sure that we can verify a safe environment, and liability considerations are paid attention to. If there are no additional questions, that concludes the Team Rubicon portion of this press conference. Once again, I appreciate everyone's support, and call our hotline number if you have any further questions. Thank you.